I declare the Spring 2022 Bossier Parish Community College commencement exercises open. The commencement exercises will begin with the prayer of invocation by Charlie Cameron, Dean of Educational Technology, the Pledge of Allegiance led by Dr. Ray Scott Crawford, Dean of Communication and Performing Arts, and the National Anthem sung by Mr. Cason Smith, Associate of Arts and Performing Arts major.
Will you pray with me, please? Gracious God, thank you for a day like today when we can gather in this very special place, a place where change is about to take place. When our ceremony ends, things will be different. Students will be graduates. Their lives will take on new meaning as they step forward in their journey. We ask you to bless them with opportunities, bless them with courage, and with confidence, knowing that they have succeeded in this major task in their academic endeavor. Thank you for all those who played a support role in the lives of each of these students, these wonderful family members and friends that are here today. Thank you for the great faculty members who have taught them and guided them through their curriculums. Thank you for Bipsy, and we ask that you guide her through our chancellor, our administration, faculty, and staff to continue to be a gateway to better lives, open doors, and rewarding careers. And now, please bless our sacred occasion here that we're gathered for today. Thank you for those who have arranged all the details. Thank you for those who've provided safety and protection for us today. And I pray that in the next few moments, that these moments will be etched into the hearts of each of our graduates so that when they do walk through times of challenge, through the valleys, they'll always know that they are capable, they are determined, and they can overcome. May each one of them have grateful hearts that reflect your love in our world today as they move forward. In the holy name of Christ I pray, amen.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. It is my privilege to welcome you on behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration to the 86th commencement ceremony for Bossier Parish Community College. I am Dr. Holly French-Hart, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and Institutional Effectiveness. Today is a very special day for our graduates. It is a day commencing a new step, a new journey for our graduates as they celebrate the completion of their studies, and we honor that achievement. BIPC was established in 1967 with 101 students and a faculty of 5 full-time and 3 part-time instructors. The college celebrated its first graduates in 1980. At that time, we graduated 8 students, and the college had 3 associate degree programs. Today, Bossier Parish Community College has 97 credentials, including 30 associate degrees. Today is a wonderful day with the graduation of our spring 2022 graduation class. This fall, we have 518 students earning 673 credentials. Over these past few years, students have had to navigate through the effects of the pandemic, including transitioning to remote learning for a time while also balancing a work, school, and home life. We are so proud of our graduates who have overcome challenges, and today we celebrate your determination to fulfill your educational dreams. This is a time for everyone as a parent, a family member or friend, an educator, a business partner, and a member of the Bossier Parish Community College family to recognize and celebrate the accomplishments of these graduates. We are proud of our students and for the future that awaits each and every one of them. Bossier Parish Community College is proud to be designated as a governor's military and veteran-friendly campus, and this spring, BIPC was named a top 10 military-friendly school for 2022-2023, and for the 11th consecutive year, we were awarded the distinction of being a military-friendly school by Victory Media. At this time, I would like to recognize anyone in our audience or stage party who is an active member of the military, a retired member of the military, a veteran, or a member of a military family, present or past. Please stand. Today, we honor your service to our country, and we thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the members of our platform party and special guests. Mrs. Karen Recchia, Vice Chancellor for Student Services. Pam Simic, Acting Dean of Behavioral and Social Sciences. Vicki Dennis, Dean of Business and Liberal Arts. Dr. Ray Scott Crawford, Dean of Communication and Performing Arts. Richard Cockerham, Registrar. Kathy Vircher, Dean of Enrollment Management. Dr. Rick Bateman, Jr., Chancellor. Dr. Wendy Palermo, Chief Education and Training Officer, Louisiana Community and Technical College System. Colonel Casey Cooley, Advisor to the Commander of Air Force Global Strike Command. Dr. Jennifer Lawrence, Vice Chancellor for External Affairs and Chief of Staff. Mrs. Jennifer Robison, Instructor, Communication and Performing Arts. Dr. Teresa Jones, Executive Director for Enrollment Management. Sharonda Michael, Associate Vice Chancellor of Instruction. Megan Bange, Associate Vice Chancellor for Academic Planning, Budgeting, and Resources. Adrian Crawford, Dean of Learning Resources. Charlie Cameron, Dean of Educational Technology. Justin Tyson, Assistant Director, College Transition Programs. Melanie Lee, Faculty Senate President. Christian James, 2022-2023 Student Government Association President. At this time, I would also like to recognize another important group of individuals, our faculty. Would you please stand?
It is always my great honor to introduce the commencement speaker at graduation. Dr. Wendy Palermo currently serves as the Chief Education and Training Officer for the Louisiana Community and Technical College System. The LCTCS is comprised of 12 community and technical colleges, serving a diverse student population seeking workforce development training, academic programs of study, and the high school equivalency. The LCTCS serves over 160,000 students and sees over 30,000 students graduate annually. Dr. Palermo provides leadership to develop and maintain high-quality training programs of study that meet the needs of the state's existing and prospective employers, including curriculum alignment between academic, workforce, and adult education units. She oversees this training through to employment or transferability of our graduates. Prior to LCTCS, she served as Dean of Nursing and Allied Health with Sewella Technical Community College, where she led a team spanning 3 campuses. Dr. Palermo and her team were responsible for the expansion of 4 additional programs in 3.5 years at Sewella, achieving programmatic accreditation for the Associate of Science in Nursing and other AAS programs. She's happily married to her college sweetheart, Kent, and they have 2 beautiful daughters. Please give a warm Bipsy welcome to Dr. Wendy Palermo.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. When Dr. Bateman asked me, to come to Bossier and be a commencement speaker, I said, well, yes, but what would you like me to speak about? He said, about 5 minutes. So I'm going to make that dream come true. Look at him. So, no, it is so great to be here. The energy this morning was just palpable, but I can tell you we're going to have a good time this afternoon. I can tell by the crowd. There's a lot of excitement. So we're going to get started. Thank you, Chancellor Bateman, faculty and staff, friends, family, and most importantly, to the graduates. It is a privilege really here to stand before you. You may not know this about me because that short bio that I forced him to read, but I started off with a 2-year associate degree in nursing. You see, that 2-year degree is probably the first step in a path that led me here today. 4 degrees later. So you see, you and I may have a lot more in common, not only to you that are here today graduating, but to many of you in the audience today. You see, I grew up on the banks of the Washita River. Anybody know where that is? I lovingly call it God's country. So you see, you can't even get to my hometown or where my home is, the family home. I'm looking at my mother. It is backwoods. Y'all, we just got cell service last year. Thank you. That's a good thing about COVID, about the only good thing. You see, I crossed a ferry every day to get to school as a child all the way up to my 11th grade year. My school was so small, they closed it down at the end of my 11th grade year and made me go to a different school my senior year. We'll talk about that later in therapy. I worked as a waitress, a babysitter. I was a ward clerk, a cashier. I cut grass, Mom. I did anything. I hustled. But my claim to fame, guys, you are looking at the Catahoula Parish 1994 Catahoula Parish free throw champion. We are in a gym, and I'm home. So this is my place. So in short, y'all, I'm a country girl. And if you've not noticed, I have a pretty distinct accent. If you don't hear it, you got it too. If I took this hat off, y'all, you would see big, thick, black, curly hair. Now imagine, I graduated in the 1900s. It was big. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. You had it too, that big hair, right? And with this thick, look, you hit you. I know, he's saying you had it too. All right. So anyways, with this accent, this curly hair, y'all, and I just want you to know my accent has improved greatly. I didn't say that in the first commencement ceremony. This accent's a lot better. Ask my husband. But you could pick me out of any crowd. So after college, I married that good-looking Sicilian man. I married my college sweetheart, and y'all, he moved me to Lake Charles, Louisiana. So, y'all, there was no hiding. I became self-conscious. I got teased and picked on, and there were people here from Sulphur, I know. But listen, my accent was thicker back then, and I was a nurse. So I'd have to answer the phone all the time. I dealt with people all the time. And every room I went in or every phone call that I took, I would get the same question. You've heard it. Where are you from? So anyways, I won't bore you with the details, but life got better. I got a few more degrees. 4. Y'all, that's ridiculous. 4, and a few promotions later, and I realized that that very thing that made me self-conscious made me unique. So I became a dean. Dr. Bateman mentioned that a few minutes ago, and I went out to the community, and my job was to get students. So I gave my card out everywhere. If you were nice to me in a McDonald's drive-thru, I swear you got a card from me, because I said, you need to be a nurse. So I did. And look, Wendy is an easy name to remember. Palermo can be challenging first to say and even to read. So I would tell students or potential students or family, I would say, just show up to the college, any building, and say, I want the lady named Wendy with the black curly hair and the strong Southern accent. And guess what? They did, and it worked. I cannot tell you how many phone calls I got throughout my seasons there at Sewella where they would come and they'd say, there's somebody looking for you, the lady with the thick, we knew exactly who they were talking, send them on, send them on. It was, y'all, we had the best time. But what I had realized really too late in life is I had developed a personal brand. Don't take as long as I did. Lesson number 1, embrace your uniqueness. So whenever you're at work, those around you should be able to see your uniqueness, but they also need to sense you're unique, but you're determined to get the job done. Remember earlier when I shared that I played basketball? Y'all, I'm 5'4" on a good day. I wear heels. I can run in them. But I'm not your typical power player, never was, didn't go to college and played a little intramural sports at Northwestern, nothing really to shout out about. But I was a little determined, a little laser focused, and I was fast. So the road to winning that trophy that I talked about earlier started long before. I skipped lunch every day. Mama found out about that earlier. I skipped lunch every day to go practice before PE. I didn't tell anybody I was doing it. I just simply walked past the cafeteria and walked into an empty room and an empty gym, and I just started shooting baskets from the free throw line. It took months before anybody even noticed, even my coaches. Eventually, my teammates started to notice. They would start showing up, helping me rebound. Anybody here play basketball? All right, okay, I'm 5'4". What does a guard or a point guard, what are the two things you got to be able to do? Shoot from the outside and shoot from the free throw line. Because what are those ladies going to do to me when I go up for a layup? They're going to foul me. They're going to put me on the line, and that's just what I wanted. Because I'm looking at Dr. Bateman. I did it earlier. He's my coach. They'd foul, and I'd look at my coach. It's going in, right? They're going in. So, put a few numbers on the board, and what does that do to you, to the team? You get a little energy, don't you? So anyways, practice, determination, and things paid off, and I brought that trophy home. Now today, I've been married to my husband about 23 years. He still likes to make fun of me for that trophy. He likes to introduce me to people and say, you might know my wife. She's the 1994 Bossier Parish free throw champion. And it's funny in the 1900s. It's not funny today. But what I want to share with you is bringing that trophy home took me a lot longer. I lost that trophy. I tried 2 years before and went up and failed every time. Lesson number 2, failure is going to happen. Don't you dare give up. That trophy belongs to you. Y'all, I still know where that trophy is. Now, these are funny stories about me, but I can only imagine what you had to endure to achieve the goal that you're standing here today. I suspect you are hitting ways I will never understand, and what you had to do to overcome them, I'll never know. But one time I spoke to a nursing student, and I said, man, you're just phenomenal. I just never met anybody like you, so mature and kind and warm and smart and just a little spitfire. And she laughed and said that her greatest dream was just to go to college, but she was raised to believe that it was just not in the cards for her. Can y'all imagine? And she married a nice young man, and one day he said he just got tired of hearing about it. So he came home early, he called her, he said, I'm coming home early, I'm going to take you someplace real nice. Where did he take her? To the college campus. She refused to get out of the car, she said, for 30 minutes, and finally he coaxed her out. And she got in there, and she was embraced by the warmth and kindness of those at the college. Y'all, she graduated and never looked back. So be unique. Failure's going to happen. Don't give up. And lesson number 3, fear is something you're going to just have to conquer. The next lesson comes from a couple of nursing students. a young lady entered my office, and y'all know the saying, she was mad as a wet hen. She demanded that I tell her that she was going to fail my class. I'm going to say that again. She told me to tell her that she was going to fail my class. Now, I'm looking at her, and she looks mad. And I'm looking at her going, she ain't failing my class. I don't know. So I pull up her grades, and I look, and she's passing. She's borderline, but she's passing. And I'm looking at her and go, you got great clinical judgment. You'll be fine. How many of y'all have heard that in your life when you're going through school? You go to your faculty, and they say, you're fine, and then you just don't believe them. We'll talk about that later. And she goes, but you don't understand. What motivates me is to prove somebody wrong. I said, prove me wrong? She says, you have to tell me so I can prove you wrong. So I look at her. I calmly walk around the desk, and I look at her. She's near tears, downward stare, and she is scared. So I call her by her name, and I say, I'm about to say some words that I don't mean. I don't mean it. And she said, okay. And I said, you're not going to pass my class. And she said, yes, I will. And she stood up, and she's about to storm out. And I said, well, okay then. Y'all, she not only did she pass, she became a nurse. She's teaching today. And that's what she gets. And a second nursing student is in the audience with me today. She's my special guest. She was raised in Mexico. Mom, you need to stand up. And she came here with nothing but a dream to become a nurse. Y'all, this woman came here. She had to learn another language, read, speak in another language. I can barely speak English. So when she came here, she graduated high school, but her transcript was not in English. It was in Spanish. And they kind of told her how difficult that was going to be to have it translated and things of that nature. And she just stayed the course until they figured it out. She just didn't take no for an answer. So I remember she clicked right on through the nursing program. Y'all, when she was in nursing school, I was little, but I'm old enough to remember that white frame house that we lived in. And months after she graduated, it felt like just a minute to a child. We went from that little white frame house to a large brick home, y'all. Brick home right down the street. I was tickled. Christmases were nice. I'm going to tell you the example of hard work, determination, and just good old grit spurred me into the person I am today. So thank you, Bob. Lesson number 4, have grit and be unstoppable. Final lesson, never underestimate the power of your education. Goodness knows no one could have ever predicted the future of a young girl who grew up on the banks of the Ouachita River with black curly hair and a strong Southern accent. With the education that you received at Bossier Parish Community College, the famous author leaps to mind, Dr. Seuss. Oh, the places you will go. There is no telling where you will be 25 years later. But what's most remarkable is it's not what you are doing for you, but I hear babies in the audience. It's not what you're doing for you, it's what somebody either did for you to help you get here to make that path real, and it'll help the generations to come after you. And I hope you realize that, because it took me longer than I should have to know that it was because of her technical diploma that led me to an associate's, a bachelor's, a master's, and a doctorate. Final words to the children, family, and friends. These graduates could not have done this without your help. They stand on your shoulders today. You stood behind them, you noticed their unique gifts, you encouraged them to continue even though they may have felt it was an impossible task. They hit their goal and you were their loudest cheerleader. They may not be done yet, and I can't wait to see all the places they'll go. Guys, there was a proverb that was said. I said it in Spanish, but I'm not going to do it now because my mother said it didn't sound right. But she would say this all the time to us. I did not come to see if I could, but because I know I can, I came. That is exactly what you did today. Congratulations. It's been a pleasure standing before you today, and I welcome you to share your story with someone so it will encourage others to reach for higher education. Thank you.
I love afternoon graduation. Wow. Y'all, please give Dr. Palermo one more round of applause. What a wonderful job she did today. No, I don't remember what the commencement speaker said at any of my graduations, but I'll never forget the lessons that Dr. Palermo shared today. And I hope that you heard at the very end there, she didn't give it a number, but it really was the 6th lesson. It is, the importance of your story. Right, so I just wanted to reinforce that. Be sure you know your story and that you can tell your story because you will help others just by sharing how you got to this celebration today. At this time, students enrolled within the college transition programs from this fall to prepare for the Louisiana High School diploma will be recognized with a certificate to acknowledge their achievement. The associate degrees and the academic certificates will also now be conferred. Dr. Holly French Hart, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and Institutional Effectiveness, and the academic deans will present the candidates for degrees and certificates. Mr. Richard Cockerham, College Registrar, will award the degrees and certificates assisted by Mrs. Kathy Vircher, our Dean of Enrollment Management.
Will the candidates for graduation please rise? Chancellor Bateman, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for academic certificates and associate degrees by successfully completing curricula offered by the divisions of Bossier Parish Community College, and I am pleased to recommend to you, with the confirmation of the faculty and the academic deans, that they be awarded their academic certificates and associate degrees as is in each case appropriate, in recognition of their academic accomplishments. I am honored to recommend that they be granted their academic certificates and associate degrees symbolic of their academic achievements.
Upon your recommendation and by the authority vested in me by the Louisiana Community and Technical College Board of Supervisors, I do hereby award you the academic certificates and the associate degrees as indicated.
Symbolic of your graduation, would you now move your tassels from the right to the left? For the graduates on the first row, please remain standing and others be seated. For those seated, the marshals will indicate when you are to stand and move forward. Will those standing come forward and receive your degrees and certificates? And I recognize the appropriate assistant director and appropriate deans to present graduates in their respective divisions.
These are the graduates from college transition programs. These students earned their high school equivalency this semester with us. Olivia Adams. Elvia Guadalupe Benavides Gutierrez. Congratulations. Jody Bennett. Treasure Bradbury. Lirio Briseño Gallegos. Brianna Cole. Jarike Dorsey. Bruce Culpepper. Arcelia Cruz Gomez. Monique Davenport. Ronald Doss Harridge. Emily Johnson. Rayvon Marder. Gabriel Martin. Jericho Martin. Brandy Neville. Dyra Paulina Palacios Correa. Cassidy Smith. Dakota Swanson. Miguel Vega. Cheyenne Walpole. Lashunda Walters. Kayla Wilson. Isabella Wood.
For the Technical Diploma in Criminal Justice, Angelina Anderson. Lisa Bowyer. Latija Jerry. Okay. Christopher Housley. Audria Jones. Kimberly Jones Steelman. Trashelle Parks. Cardacious Smith. Latosha Wyatt. For the Associates in Applied Science and Criminal Justice degree. Quantravius Bates. Addison Galladay. Tatiana Green. Natisha Harper. Chandrika Jackson. Brianna Jones. Austin Lewis. Christian Robinson. Ramey Rutledge. Shakora Spencer. Alice Tesano. Angelina Townsend. Kimberly Tynan. Daphne White. Haley Jo White. Haley Wilson. For the Associate of Applied Science in Care and Development of Young Children. Desiree Rambo. For the Associate of Science in Teaching, Madison Wood. For the Associate of Applied Louisiana Transfer Social Sciences, Chelsea Bradford. Shamichael Robertson.
The CTS, Accounting Technology Account Clerk. Mary Mosley. Christy Screws. For the CTS and Business Entrepreneurship, Deanna Neighbors. Olivia Brianna Washington. For the Associate of Applied Science and Business Administration, Liz Ante. Jonathan Ross Calhoun. John Toya Cummings. Dual enrollment student at Castor High School, Taya Faulkner. Michaela Fullwood. Ebony Gibson. Kristen Glover. Tanya Hernandez. Brandon Johnson. Amber McClout. Bipsy Foundation Scholar, Tyler McCormick. Michelle McPherson. Alicia Miles. Jessica Perkins. Carissa Rice. Tyrone Smith. Bipsy Foundation Scholar, Marcus Sutherland. Diandra Tisha White. Kenyana White. For the CTS in Culinary Arts, Henry Aubrey. Connor Brown. Deasia Flournoy. Triana Frazier. There you are. Kanisha Hennix. Brianna Swinney. Justice Dominique Washington. Shanika Sherelle Wesley. For the Associate of Science in Healthcare Management, Austin of Arts, Louisiana transfer in business. Mackenzie Block. Patricia Crawford. Rebecca Kaiser.
For the Certificate of Technical in TV Production, Tratavius Travante Williams. For the Associate of Applied Science and Communication Media, Renee Angel Bowden. Macy Annalena Colvin Thomas. Paige Lee Pilkington. For the Associate of Arts in Performing Arts, and this is in music, Rayvon Simone Cullens. Sarah Christine Johnson. That's in theater. Jasmine Ariana Jones. Jasmine Ariana Jones in theater.
For the Certificate of General Studies, Jackson Bell, dual enrollment student at Saline High School. Dual enrollment student at Castor High School, Tykira Blow. Dual enrollment student at Saline High School, Gracie Brown. Got it. Dual enrollment at Castor High School, Jalexia Brianna Renee Caldwell. Taylor Coleman. Dual enrollment from Ringgold High School, Malaysia Golette. Kaylin Hagan. Dual enrollment from Saline High School, Lindsay Masinski. Dual enrollment from Castor High School, Thomas Mangum. Dual enrollment from Castor High School, Chelsea Milner. This is Christiane Moore. Dual enrollment student from Castor High School, Cadence Pickett. Destiny Salter. Dual enrollment student from Gibbsland Coleman High School, Trinity Scott. Dual enrollment from Castor High School, Miracle Slack. Dual enrollment, Castor High School, Nona Swint. For the Associate of General Studies, Ru'a Al-Khatib. Christian Cooper. Dual enrollment from Castor High School, Memphis Dame. Alexis Gray. Dual enrollment student from Arcadia High School, Jakayla Gray. Jameer Harris. You ready? Christina Jimenez. Keisha Linhart. Gregory McGee. Sarah Murphy. Kimiza Ronche Nicholson, dual enrollment student from Ringgold High School. Catherine Wynn. Dual enrollment student from Ringgold High School, Skylar Page. Natasha Parks. Haley Pickren. Dual enrollment student from Arcadia High School, Michaela Poussin. Brittany Strong. Michael Stroy. Zarek Tamor. Dual enrollment student from Ringgold High School, Angel Lachey Thomas. Ethan Wilkes. For the Associate of Arts, Louisiana Transfer in Fine Arts, Dylan Moss.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Spring 2022 graduating class of Bossier Parish Community College.
So May is Military Month, and we've been honored over the course of several graduations to have Colonel Casey P. Cooley join us on stage and help to congratulate students. Colonel Casey P. Cooley is the Reserve Advisor to the Commander of the Air Force Global Strike Command, where he advises on the employment of all U.S. Air Force bomber aircraft and two legs of the U.S. nuclear triad. Colonel Cooley has 3 master's degrees, 1 in organizational leadership, 1 in military operational art and science, and 1 in military strategic studies. He is currently finishing his doctorate of defense and strategic studies. Over the years, Colonel Cooley has been a strong advocate and supporter of Bossier Parish Community College, having attended BIPSI's graduation ceremonies regularly over the past several years. We appreciate Colonel Cooley's service to our nation and his support of our mission for educational access and achievement. Colonel Cooley will be leaving our area soon, and to honor his commitment and support, BIPSI is proud to present this plaque to him to say, thank you, sir.
Each year, we ask a faculty member to address our graduates and provide some closing remarks at the end of our ceremony. This afternoon, we are very proud to have Mrs. Jennifer Robeson, Instructor, Communication and Performing Arts, here to speak to you, our graduates. Instructor Robeson joined Bossier Parish Community College in 2017 as an instructor of photography. In 2019, she was awarded Outstanding Faculty Member of the Year by the Louisiana Community and Technical College System and received the John and Sue Ann Roosh Excellence Award for Innovative Teaching. Robeson also works as a research assistant in the entomology department at Louisiana State University, researching structural color and collaborating on the technical imaging of iridescent insects. Currently, Robeson is a Master of Fine Arts candidate in photography at Louisiana Tech University School of Design. Her work utilizes the phenomenon of iridescence as a metaphor for the differences in the ways that people perceive the world. Several of her photographs are in a year-long exhibition investigating iridescence at the Louisiana Art and Science Museum. When asked what she enjoys most about teaching, Mrs. Robeson said, "The potential impact my instruction can have towards positive change for an individual." She added, "Photography can be a source of income, a hobby recording interest, or a way to express ideas that fall short with words. By sharing the ability to understand this medium, I give students the tools they need to achieve their individual goals." She also shared, "Teaching found me. Working as a professional, I tended to gravitate toward teaching moments. At weddings, I would offer advice for Uncle Bob to get better images or help moms adjust camera settings at sporting events so they could have more successful images. The more you know, the better you do. Giving up the professional business I spent a whole decade building to teach full-time at BIPSI was the scariest and most rewarding decision I have made at this point in my life. Opportunities are everywhere. The secret is recognizing and acting on them. According to Communication and Performing Arts Dean Ray Scott Crawford, Jennifer is happiest when she's leading students toward new insights and discoveries out in the field, whether it be on a lighted bridge, at an award ceremony, or on location surrounding some event. Her biggest strength is her ability to see what others often ignore. Please help me welcome Mrs. Jennifer Robeson.
I was thinking you might cut some of that out. I can just go now. So, wow, look around this room at all the achievement and success. Like, really, look around. The graduates wearing their regalia, the faculty and staff that guided these students, and all of the people here that supported the pursuit of knowledge. Earning a degree is not easy. Next weekend, I will be in your place. I will be sitting among graduates. My family and my friends will be watching as I walk across the stage and receive my master's diploma. I am proud of my achievement, as assume all of you are. I cannot count how many times I wanted to quit school when it got hard, but I always had someone in my life cheering me on and never letting me give up. This ceremony not only represents the individual graduate, the achievements and success that you have ripple outward. It impacts every person around you. That success belongs to you too. Your family and your friends probably learned something about your field of study during your time in school. My family, my coworkers, my professors, and even most of my students learned a lot about iridescent butterflies and a lot about entomology, whether they liked it or not. Knowledge is how we interpret the world around us. The more we learn about unfamiliar subjects, it changes some of the facets in how we view the world. As our minds open up to new ideas, it also opens doors to new opportunities and possibilities. The advice I give to you as you move into the next steps of your life is the advice I received from my professor. Opportunities are everywhere. The trick is recognizing them and acting upon them. Congratulations to everyone here today. Embrace it and celebrate the new opportunities and possibilities in your future. The world's ready for you.
On behalf of the faculty, staff, and administration, I would like to thank you for your attendance at today's ceremony. Will the audience please remain seated for the recessional, and will the graduates, stage party, and faculty please rise?